Hey folks, T Skinny here today. Folks, today I have the pleasure of introducing you all to Ace, the patriotic American hillbilly, the voice of real Americans. Ace, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
And it's my pleasure. You're a very interesting man, and I wanted to ask you about something that we talked about in preparation for our conversation, and it is the patriotic American hillbilly values that you live every day. Talk to our friends in the audience about that.
Patriotic American hillbilly values. You know, I tell you what, I'm not really sure how this phrase got coined, but it just sticks and it really fits. I even have cool enough friends that they made me a T-shirt. I don't know if you can see that. It's got my face on it and everything. But people seem to be to holding on to what I'm saying, man. I seem to be able to get people to really dig in.
So what are those values you're talking about?
You know, that's the cool part, man. It's not me. I didn't make it up. You know, this is things that at the birth of our nation, some real smart dudes sit down and wrote this stuff down. You know, our Bill of Rights, our Constitution. You know, when we talk about these patriotic American hillbilly values, we're talking about like the First Amendment. We're talking about freedom of religion and expression. We call it freedom of speech, kind of generically.
Sure.
But I need to be able to worship God as I feel led. You need to be able to worship whatever it is that you worship without fear of persecution. Mm-hmm. Same thing with speech, man. As long as we're not trampling the rights of another, you need to be able to express what it is that you think and you feel. That's how we all grow when people have ideas that come together. You know, past that, one of the primary, I consider this to be one of the most important because it's what guards all the others, is our right to bear arms. We talk about our right to bear arms, it's inalienable. Now, when you say that, people attack you with all the school shootings and things going on. Horrible, horrible tragedy. That's a heart problem, not a gun problem. Inalienable. This is about guarding against tyranny. It's not about hunting. It's not about personal protection. It's not about shooting clay pigeons. This is about guarding against tyranny, and it's inalienable. Our forefathers were some smart guys. We can look at other, but going back to those values, the hillbilly, patriotic American hillbilly values, it has to do with standing up as a man and standing up as a woman and being what you're supposed to be, providing for your family, protecting your family, raising your family in these core values that have worked so well for so long and made us the greatest nation on earth. We got to protect it. We got to guard it. You can't chip away at it because somebody says their feelings are hurt. You know, it doesn't make no sense. Past that, when you're talking about family, protecting your family, as a man, as a citizen of this great nation, as a person who puts himself underneath the Judeo-Christian law value system that we have in place, I got to look at right and wrong. And you know, I've put together a phrase we call "Baby Lives Matter."
Okay.
You know, and we're not attacking any other social movement. I'm trying to piggyback off of Black Lives Matter. Wonderful organization when it started. Create awareness. I want to create awareness for this. I'm a Christian, believe in God, believe in the Bible, believe in Jesus. Jesus, my homie. You know, we're tight. In the Bible, God talks about, I knew you before you were conceived. So we got to look at, where does life begin? To me, that begins at conception. That is when two cells from two people come together and attach to the uterine wall. That's life. From that point, if you don't touch it, it becomes a human being. Okay. We're nearing 60 million abortions since 1979 in our nation. Okay? What abortion boils down to is you're taking the choices of one human being completely and totally away. You're taking their life for the convenience of another human. That goes against everything we've talked about. Basic human rights. Our forefathers guaranteed the pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. Tell me how that life got any of those things, and they're born on our soil. I got to stand for that. I have to. There's a whole line of speaking on abortion and women's choice, and I'll be happy to get into that with you, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about defending basic truths that are being called hate. You know, that probably doesn't make a lot of sense. I'll give you an example.
Basic truths.
A basic truth.
Yes.
How many genders are there? What does society tell you in our woke culture.
Last I read, 130, maybe something.
I believe the last one I read was 136 genders.
Okay,
Did you go to elementary science class?
I did.
Have you read a science book?
I have.
Have you ever been to the doctor?
I have.
What form is on a doctor? There's two. You check, are you male or female?
Okay.
There are two genders. Balls and no balls. Period. That's it.
Okay.
I don't care how many genders that you want to live as, what your choice to live out your adult life is. If you want to be a sprinkle unicorn that worships pastries, cool, call that a gender, whatever you want for your lifestyle, but it's not a gender. You're a male or female. You cannot be a man and cut your weenie off and throw it in the dirt and expect me to think that you are anything other than a man who cut his weenie off and threw it in the dirt. That's it. You can't force me to pretend you are something not because of your feelings. Truth is truth.
Okay.
We need to stand and defend that.
Okay.
I'm not against you doing that if that's your choice. If that makes you happy, by all means, cut your weenie off. You can't make me pretend that you're anything other than a dude who cut his weenie off. You know, and you look, you want to apply that to today's lives because, you know, a lot of people look at this and it's automatically, it's hate speech. It's bigoted. It's wrong. I'm hateful and something. I look at high school athletes all over the country, and you have women's sports, women's track, women's wrestling, and I see these transgender athletes going in and wrestling. I wrestle. I compete. Submission fighting, I still train. I love this. I played football in college. I'm a war sports, wars of attrition. I love it. It's part of being a man to me. You see women competing in something like wrestling. A woman is not physiologically equal to a man. We have differences. We're not the same. That doesn't mean one is better. It doesn't mean one is less. We are built different. The bone structure, the musculature of a man is more developed, especially at 18 years old. You got so much testosterone and crazy stuff going through your body, you're going nuts. That is not equal. And we've got to a point to where we can't hurt this guy's feelings, so we have to let him beat up girls? How is that right? How's that fair?
It's not.
Basic truths. Balls, no balls. Period. So, if you believe in this type of value system, this traditional value system that our country was raised upon, you are the American patriotic hillbilly. And whether you like it or not, right now you're standing in the middle of a war. There's a war on everything that we believe in, and you better be prepared to hold that line.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So, as a patriotic American hillbilly, and I love your shirt, by the way.
You know what? This is crazy, man. I don't even know where this stuff comes from, but I keep getting shirts and cool stuff made for me. There's people that are standing behind it. Yeah, it's really neat. Because I got to tell you, man, I don't want to be doing this. This is not what I want to be doing.
Really?
Yeah. But I can't sit and be a keyboard warrior and not do something about it. So I'm embracing it. Let's go. Let's talk about it.
Well, you're this patriotic American hillbilly. You are the patriotic American hillbilly. How do you want people like you to respond to the squad, to this being suicided, to these topics?
Well, first off, there's a little bit of wording that you're saying that I don't agree with. You said how do you being the patriotic American? I'm not the patriotic American hillbilly. Everybody out there that holds to a value system that's traditional to a patriotic American hillbilly system is the patriotic American hillbilly. You wear that with pride. And there's a fight coming, and you better be prepared to hold that line because that fight is at your doorstep. So what do? Stop being apathetic. Stop. Do something. Stand up and help. Voice your opinion. Let it be known. Because sitting at your house on your couch watching TV ain't going to get nothing done. It's going to continue to get worse.